I'm Haley. Welcome to the whole podcast. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the show. Hi, everyone. We are so excited for our interviewee today. My name is Halley Korff. I am your vision impaired host. And today we are interviewing Deb Morrison and Mango, who is laying on the floor. But we will get to that in a minute, okay? So, Deb, we are so excited that you are here. And I can tell you are so enthusiastic about this topic. So, we're going to just pick your brain a little bit and learn a lot from you and maybe share some information. I think you have some information here, okay? So, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? I understand that you lost some of your hearing later in life. Can you tell me a little bit about how that went?
Okay, so yes, I am what you would call late deafened or late hearing loss, and I have Meniere's disease, which is an inner ear disease, and it's a big word, but basically it just is a progressive type hearing loss, and most people only have it in one ear, but I'm so fabulous that I have it in both ears. And so when I first started losing my hearing, it was just in the right ear. And so the left ear was always my good ear. Then in 2016, it made its grand appearance and it destroyed my hearing in my left ear
Mm.
and helped destroy a little bit more in my right ear. So I went from being pretty functional to being pretty not functional. And so it was really hard for my family. It was hard for me. I have to admit, I got kind of in a funk. Um, and I just didn't really know how to navigate. Like I didn't know like how I was supposed to do things anymore because I had to rely on everybody for everything. Something so simple as waking up in the morning. Well, I didn't hear my alarm anymore. So um, I had to rely on my husband. And bless his heart, uh, he does not have a snooze function. And so it was either wake up then or don't wake up at all. And so I became kind of grumpy pants because it just seemed like I just didn't know how to do things anymore. And my daughter was in college and she had done some research and said, "Mom, you need to get a hearing dog." And I was like, "Joe, they don't make hearing dogs. You're thinking of people that are visually impaired, blind service dogs. They do not do that for um, people that have lost their hearing." And she's like, "No, Mom, I promise you." So, um, so during all of that, I did look it up. I did fill out the application, but it sat on my desk for like months because I was like, I'm not going to get, they're not going to pick me. I'm not good enough. I'm not deaf enough. I'm not any of those things, and so in the interim, we decided to take a sign language class um, down here, and Mickey Mickey Keck. She kind of became like a mentor, and we kept her hands full. That's for sure. So we went down, and my mother, um, her she just could not grasp it, and neither could my husband. And I remember one specific time we went to class and everyone had to say something that they liked. Okay. Very simple, very simple. So most people stand up and they'll say, like, you know, "I like my shirt." Okay. So very simple, or "I like cookies." Okay. My husband stands up and I look at him and I'm thinking, this is not going to go good. I can already see the look in his face. And he stands up in front of the class. And even though it really didn't mean anything, but he said, I like belts. What? What? That is what you came up with? You like belts? I was so embarrassed. I just would I like I wanted to crawl under the table. And he was like, "Well, your mom took shirt." And I said, "You could have said you like shirt too." But belt was for whatever reason easy. That's what he remembered. So,
Well,
yeah,
that is a good thing that you remembered belt. Okay, show me that sign again.
belt,
Belt.
belt.
Okay, what was the cookie one?
The cookie one
I
is
I need
this.
to know the cookie one.
Yeah, that's a cookie one.
Okay.
Chocolate.
Chocolate.
Yeah, and I don't know very many. I mean, I know like some good ones, like if you have to go to the bathroom,
That's a good one.
like if because my husband and my daughter coach competitive volleyball. So if we'll be like across the thing and so then let them know where I'm headed off, I just kind of do going to the bathroom
Mhm.
kind of thing. So I know more practical sign language, I guess would you call it, or probably more it's called like signed exact English. C. I don't know ASL. Part of it is because it goes in like in order that's not like the English language. So like since I was raised hearing, raised speaking, then learning ASL is really hard for me because it's a language that's set up differently structurally, almost like Spanish.
Oh, you mean the syntax is
The
different.
syntax is
Okay.
different. So you would say, yellow car drive. Does that make sense? You're describing first what the
Okay.
object is and then what you're going to do.
Mhm.
Um, so it's hard.
Yeah,
So if you see people signing, you need to be like, you're amazing because it's
absolutely.
amazing to watch that. Okay, so socially, it was terrible when I lost my hearing because, and even now, it's hard. Even though I have hearing aids and all the great things, too much noise, too much going on. It's very isolating, even like in your family settings, and people don't think about it, but they don't look at you when they talk, or they put their hands in front of their mouth, or they're eating, whatever. Like it's not always easy. So socially, it can be hard. Um,
Can I ask a follow-up question?
yeah.
During COVID, how did that work? Because everybody was wearing the masks. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna break things. Um, did you have the masks that, were you were able to see your
Okay.
lips?
Well, here's the thing. So I did have some of those, but it was they were for me, and so the people that I was with didn't have those. Does that make sense? So
Yeah,
like they were a great idea, but unless you were in a community that recognized that people could not hear with masks, it was awful,
gosh.
awful. Going to the doctor, everything. It was awful.
Yeah.
Um, and so, yeah, that was really bad. So, I understood, that it was necessary, but it made people that had hearing loss, it really kind of messed things up. Um, even getting the care that we needed and that kind of thing, because there just was that communication barrier.
Right.
Um, so you wrote a lot. We did a lot of writing, a
Writing.
lot of writing.
Gotcha.
Um, and so some of the newer technologies even seemed to come out during COVID that would translate things, to make it easier on iPads and that kind of thing. They've always been around, but they were utilized more by um, the community to be able to talk to people.
Hmm, okay.
Um, when you ask about, so my daughter and I are probably the ones that use sign language the most. My husband knows a few signs. He looks more like charades. Sorry, Phil. No, really, he does. It looks like charades.
Yeah.
He makes up his own, which is okay.
He's trying.
I know he's trying, but it does look like charades, and I'm always like, too syllables. What it,
Yeah.
um, and it is funny because like my hearing aids to me, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but it's kind of like when you come home and you take your shoes off.
Yep.
Okay, I take my ears off. That's what I
Mhm.
call it. And so my husband will come in and be like, "Do you have your ears on?" And I'll be, "No, no, they're gone. I just want silence right now."
Yeah.
And so yeah, um, so sometimes the communication is not always super great, if especially if I've taken my ears out, and my husband will come upstairs and maybe want to start talking to me, and I'll be like, "Wait,"
Mhm.
and then I'll ask, "Is it important enough for me to put my ears back in, or is it just some random thought you had?"
Right.
And so it does sometimes stop the communication, just because I've already taken them off.
Yeah.
But uh, I do like that's what's weird is I do kind of like the quiet, you know, but it is kind of weird because I could be laying next to him in bed and I have him in. He's got some ridiculous show on. I don't know, something. And then I'll take my ears off and then it'll be like silent, but I'll know that there's something on the television or whatever. And that's a weird feeling.
Mm.
Have you ever felt sometimes like it's just weird, like there's something there, but you just can't,
Mhm.
it doesn't work. You don't see
Yes.
it or you don't hear it.
Mhm. I
Yeah.
have experienced that, yeah.
Yeah. It's a weird feeling. It's like your
Yes.
brain knows, but it doesn't
It's
work.
not putting it together.
Not putting it together. Um,
Let's see
so
here.
anyway, that's kind of how, so my daughter and I can communicate. She just had a baby. I'm trying to teach him like sign now. He's little though. He won't get it, but I feel like if he feels like grandma's already doing sign. You know what I mean? Like if he
Mhm.
sees my hands moving, I would like for him to know more, and I think it's good for additional language so maybe we can communicate more. He's little, not like an adult trying to learn it. So,
Yeah. Oh, that'll be really great. Oh, goodness. Let me ask you this. Is anyone else in your family dealing with hearing loss the way you are? Really?
nope, no one.
Huh.
I'm a unicorn.
I love
No.
that so much.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm like this weird unicorn in the family. So everyone else is hearing, everyone else is doesn't have anything,
Hmm.
like what I have, and so, in fact, my daughter hears so well, it's bizarre to me, like, she has these, like, supersonic ears, and,
Mhm.
like, she can hear people chew.
Oh, wow.
Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's, like, I don't know, but then there's me on the opposite end, and I can hear nothing.
Right.
So,
Hmm.
okay.
Okay. So now you correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like we've already answered our second question. So let's move
Mhm.
on to question 3. Oh, yes. Margot.
Mango.
Mango. I'm vision impaired. Sorry. I knew it was Mango. Okay. Tell us about Mango and how you guys connected. And so I'm assuming, okay, so you decided to fill out the application and then you finally sent it in,
I
right?
sent it
You
in.
did. Okay.
Okay, so what was crazy is Mango was born in September of, 2016, and I sent my information in 2000, in December, and so she was, like, being puppy raised during all this transition for
Oh.
me and just figuring things out, and so you go through the process and you apply, and then you have interviews, and then you go to Canine Companions and you do a live interview, and you get to like interact with the dogs and see how you handle the dog. And um, so I went to Ohio, and this was before Canine Companions had like they built a new facility, but the facility that they were in was like a trailer, right, in the middle of nowhere,
Oh, wow.
and I just remember my husband dropped me off, and I was like, I don't even know about this, Phil. Like, I don't know. Um, so he dropped me off. I did the interview. They were all really nice. I got to meet the dogs and work with the dogs. And then after that, they video it.
Mhm.
And then they decide if, you're going to get one of their dogs. And so I got selected. And so then you're put on another waiting list. And so you're on this waiting list to be matched. And hearing dogs come from either Santa Rosa, California, which is like the main headquarters, um, or you go to Orlando. And since we're right here in the middle, I was like, I don't, whichever one, just
Right.
tell me. But we ended up going to Orlando. And so what's really cool about Canine Companions is that they have these campuses and you stay on the campus um, for the 2 weeks for your training, and it's free of charge. And so you stay in these dorm rooms and you're staying with other families that, other people that are getting hearing dogs. And so the first time I met Mango, so they had so there was 4 of us, so they have 5 dogs in there, and they come in, they interact with you for the first 3 days, and when I met Mango, I mean, she just went nutty pants over me, and I went nutty pants over her because she had so much energy. I really felt like she is my soulmate,
Right? Oh.
because we were so alike,
Mhm.
like, um she just could not control her tail. She was just so excited. Um, so you meet all these dogs, and so there was Mango, and then Mango's sister was actually a hearing dog that was in her litter, and that was Meacham. So I had got there was Mango and Meacham,
Okay.
and then Graham's, which was that was a black lab, and then Colbert and Ram- Sharona.
Okay.
Yeah, but then every time I heard the name, I was like, "Ma." I'm not gonna sing it, but anyway. And so, yeah, so they get their names they're in alphabetical order like the litter is.
Yes, I've
And
seen that.
so, yeah, so then you don't know. Like sometimes you see some of the names and you're just like, "Ugh, that's a terrible name." Like I don't mean to be that way, but some of them are like kind of goofy.
Right.
Yeah, and you're
Like
you're just like, "Hmm." But Mango is the second, so there's another Mango.
okay.
Um, so after the 3rd day, then you're matched. Okay, then they tell you who your dog is gonna be. It's a big deal.
Mhm.
And so, of course, the first 3 days, all the people are like, "Which dog do you think I'm gonna get?
Yeah, right.
Which dog,
Right, you can't
which
help
one?"
it.
I know. "Do you think you're gonna get" "Well, this one's really smart. I think it's gonna be mine." Anyway, I wanted Mango. Um,
Oh,
and so, it worked out, but they already know before you go who they're probably gonna match you with.
right.
So, even though it is like a surprise, they know, like, based on the personality of the dog, how the dog is, and certain because you have to tell them basically what your whole life looks like.
Mhm.
And so Mango was already mine. I mean, like,
Right.
they must have whispered in her ear, like, "You're going to Deb." I don't know because she was so excited. Um, so that's how we got paired up.
Okay.
And so we went through team training and then we flew home and I brought her here. And that's when I started training her and all these other different alerts.
Yeah.
Um, so we started her training because like she knew like an alarm, like a phone alarm and a doorbell. So she knew some basics.
Okay.
But you have to go to your house and you have to teach her your doorbell, the way
Mm.
your door sounds your phone when it rings,
Mhm.
your oven timer, your microwave timer, your air fryer timer, the all the different things that are unique to your
Home
home.
environment.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you have to go home and you become a dog trainer.
Interesting. I did not know that. Okay. Let me see here. Okay, so it says here on some of our questions that you've also spoken at KU and UMKC. How did that go for you? And were you able to take Mango with you and demonstrate some stuff or
Yeah. So, yeah. So I have done presentations for KU. I have done one at UMKC. I also have done presentations for um, the Kansas City Chiefs for their marketing department, and they loved all over our
Love
puppies.
it.
Loved it. And so, we go to businesses. I always take Mango because they always want to see what Mango can do,
Yeah.
right? And so Mango can do some like commands that are easy to show people.
Mhm.
And so I always take her and I always, show some of the different things. But Mango can alert me to, she knows the difference between like the microwave, the air fryer.
Mhm.
Uh, she knows the difference between my alarm and
Mhm.
my husband's alarm. Like, so if my husband's alarm goes off, she doesn't do anything. My alarm goes off, then she wakes me up. She alerts me. She knows that I'm a snoozer, so she knows I'm gonna hit the snooze, and then she curls back up and waits, and then when it goes off again, then she alerts me. But if my husband goes off, she doesn't, so we both just keep snoozing.
I love that so much.
I
Oh my
know.
gosh.
So she knows the difference between that. I did teach her when we got here that we have tornadoes here because where she was raised, there were no tornadoes.
Mhm.
And so when she hears the alarms, she'll wake me up and she takes me down to the basement. She knows to go to the basement door and she has done it. I've trained her, didn't know, you think you know if it's going to work or not. No, it works. She knows how to do it.
It's so amazing.
Yeah, it is amazing because I certainly can't hear those alarms, when they go off.
Mhm.
And my husband can sleep through anything. So she definitely keeps us on our toes. But yeah, so she can do the sirens in the car. So like if there's a siren, she'll alert me to the siren. So like when we go to presentations, I'll show videos of some of that happening. Um, because you're driving, you don't think about if you don't hear those sirens around, then you're just gonna keep on, you could just get smushed.
Yeah.
So anyway, so she alerts to all of those. So when we go to like these different places, then um we get to show what Mango does, like what makes her her.
Oh.
And but she does a lot of things like she'll alert like if my keys fall on the ground or if I drop my glasses, then she'll pick them up and hand them to me. She will retrieve. She does
Oh
retrieve
my
some things.
gosh.
Yeah, so I taught her how to
Hey,
do that.
Mango.
You decide to sit up? Want to change position? I
Just
don't.
wanted to say hi.
Are you wanting to alert? Are you wanting to show that? Okay, we need to sit first. Can you sit? Oh no, you're just gonna you're stretching. She is stretching right
I
here.
love it. I love it.
How crazy is that? She's like, I don't think I want to sit. I just wanted to stretch.
Yeah, just wanted to say
Just
hi
wanted to
and
say hi. Hey, what are you doing? Yeah. All right.
cool.
Um,
Love it.
so yeah, so she does alert to all the different sounds and we do speaking engagements and I even find just being in public, it helps because I have an invisible disability.
Mhm.
And when it's invisible, people
They assume a lot.
they assume a lot.
Yes.
And mango, mango, thank you. They assume a lot. And I can't tell you like how many times people will say, you don't look deaf.
Mhm.
And my question is, what exactly is that supposed to look like? Am
Yes.
I supposed to just have like one of those old fashioned horns,
Yes.
come wear it around my neck? I
Put it
mean,
on the table.
yeah, yeah, like, am I supposed to hand you a Campbell's can and we're gonna like talk through it?
Yes.
Like, I don't even know.
I don't either.
But people say that a lot in it,
Mhm.
and I don't understand. I don't understand. I'm like, sometimes if I'm feeling sassy, I'll ask them, "What does a deaf person look
Yes.
like?"
I've done that with vision impairment questions.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes if you're just kind of, because if they're being kind of sassy, you're like, you know what? I
Flip the
want you to
tables.
understand how ridiculous your question sounds.
Mhm.
Um, But it does having a service dog does kinda let people know, "Hey, there might be something wrong with her."
Mhm.
Um, Not in a bad way, but she
Yeah.
also just kinda can open that conversation up or, um, if someone starts talking to me and I just ignore them because I didn't hear them, which believe me, I've done, and people thought, "Oh, she's so rude." And I have walked away from conversations mid-conversation, and my daughter will be like, "They were still talking." And I was like, "Well, I think I was done." But yeah, so Mango kinda gives that visual sometimes, but then there's also this little thing that's kinda bad is that there are, fake service dogs out, and it makes it harder sometimes
Yes.
for us, for access.
Mhm.
And, that's probably lately been a bigger challenge, because we do travel a lot,
Mm.
and so access in certain cities is even harder than others. Like Chicago is not service dog friendly. Um, and there are some areas that just aren't very, and I think maybe it is because of like people that want to make their dogs be service dogs and they're not.
Yes. Yes.
And then you see on the news, someone will take one on an airplane and it'll be not a good dog,
Mhm.
um, and then they will sometimes put our true service dogs in jeopardy because they're, might be aggressive or whatever. And
Yes.
so I think that's just one of the things having a service dog, while it's amazing, it does come with some things that are not always positive, like being denied access, and
Yes.
that's embarrassing.
Yes.
Um, and I get embarrassed for my family, and they're like, "No, it's not a big deal." But it's like they can't go in a restaurant because I have a service dog,
Mm.
right? Or we go to a hotel and we get kind of hassled by it. And so I sometimes get embarrassed because I'm like, I have to explain what's happening.
Yes.
And so sometimes there are some issues with that. And but the good outweighs the bad. But yeah, it can be that way sometimes.
Yeah. No, I've experienced that as well. We raised a guide dog for my brother's Eagle Scout program. So sometimes we were denied, and it's very embarrassing to have to explain it and then explain it publicly. And
People are
yes,
looking at you.
yes,
And um, I think another thing is because you have a, this dog, then um, people feel like they could just come up, like, and just pet your dog or talk to you or distract your
yes,
dog. And if you tell them no, then there's this sense of, well, I don't know why I can't pet your dog wants to be pet. And she probably does. I
yeah.
mean, she loves people, but
She's
you're
working.
distracting. She's working.
Yeah.
But people lose that space and they get in your space, and
Hmm.
then sometimes they get kinda ugly if they don't like that you're not, like, amenable to them petting on, especially even during COVID. I was like,
Oh
I don't want
yeah.
you near me. I don't want you to pet my dog. I don't want your dirty
Right.
hands on my dog." And so that was hard. It was
Yeah.
trying to keep that space, or, like, when you're in public with your service dog and people are taking pictures of you
Hmm.
and your dog, and you're just standing in line at the grocery store, and, that's the day that you got your ugly sweatpants on, and your hair's all going crazy, and then
Yes.
you're standing there, and you look over, and you're like, "Oh my gosh." Like, I don't even know how many bad photos of me are out in the world.
Oh, you're just trying to live life.
I'm just trying to live life.
Right.
And, but it is funny. Sometimes I'll take pictures of people taking pictures of me because
Mm.
I'm just like, "Really?"
Yep.
Um, I know Mango's beautiful, but me, not so much all the time.
Oh.
So anyway, so it is. So, uh, like, I could say all the amazing things that Mango does, but you have to be a certain type of person really to have a service dog to be able to handle some of
Yes.
the
I
things
will
that
agree.
happen.
You have to
Yeah.
be a strong advocate for yourself
Yes.
and for your dog.
Yes,
Yes.
and sometimes that's hard.
It
Sometimes I
can
don't
be.
wanna be mean.
Some days are better than others.
Yes,
I
some
understand
days
that.
you're okay, and sometimes you're grumpy, and you're
Yes.
like, "Okay, I've had a really yucky day, and I don't feel like I want you to pet my dog.
Yes.
I just wanna get my whatever.
Yep.
I just wanna get my gallon of milk, and I wanna leave.
Yep.
I don't wanna talk to you about why I have a service dog.
Don't want to explain it today.
No, not today.
Mhm.
Mm-mm."
I understand that. Okay, so I want to ask you to tell me a little bit about these things that you have laid out here, these pamphlets, and just kind of show us a little bit. And then, if it's all right with you, we might wrap up after that. Would that be all right?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me what you got here.
Okay, so this little brochure is on hearing dogs, and it actually has our old logo on it.
Okay.
It used to have a logo with the person in a wheelchair with a dog, and it was Canine Companions for Independence. And they decided that because not everyone is in a wheelchair and still utilizes a service dog, that they wanted it to be more inclusive. So they changed their logo to be more inclusive for everyone, not just people in wheelchairs, which is, it didn't bother me one way or the other because the wheelchair is a very universal sign for disability, but they did change it. So these are hearing dogs, but it has all the information about our program. Volunteer puppy raising. This is the backbone. This is the backbone of Canine Companions. If we did not have volunteer puppy raisers, I would not have a mango.
Oh,
And so, um, I love our volunteer puppy raisers, and we have a great chapter here in Kansas City. They're the Heartland Canine Companions volunteer chapter, and they're on Facebook, so you can connect with them. But we have a pretty big chapter, and we have a lot of dogs in the program, and a lot of successful matches. And what's cool about matching is that the puppy raiser will go to the graduation of the dog and they do a thing called pass the leash. And so the puppy raiser will pass the leash
right.
to the graduate that has the dog.
I love
And
it.
anyway, we need puppy raisers and we love them. And that's who made my mango. And
Yeah.
then these are just about the service dogs that we provide and what the application process is,
Mhm.
and who we provide service dogs to.
Okay.
And then these are kind of the same. And then this is just a little pamphlet that I can keep in her vest. So if someone, has a question or
Right.
so if they want to know about canine companions, I have actually um talked to someone on a pool deck in Dallas, and she happened to just sit next to me, and she had hearing loss, and she asked me about mango, and so I sat with her by the pool and helped her apply online. She was a young girl. She was young.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
so we get there's so many opportunities. You just
You never
never
know.
know. You have to always be prepared
Yes.
in my mind.
Yes.
And so you can just really share with other people. And Mango, we do travel a lot.
Yes.
So we travel because of volleyball, and we also just like to travel. But Mango has been on airplanes. She's been on the Amtrak overnight train.
Mhm.
Um, we've gone to Chicago doing that. She's been um, to 25 different states. We travel a lot.
Wow.
Um, she hates the water, which is so funny, but she will go to the beach.
Yeah.
We do kayak together. We have a kayak, and so she
Oh
kayaks
my
with me.
gosh. That's
Um,
so adorable.
but I don't have to worry about her jumping out like some
Right.
dogs because she hates the water. So she just like hangs out. It's like the best thing ever. Um, but yeah, so we go to national parks and all of that. And what's kind of cool about that is that all of the national parks are service dog friendly.
Mhm.
So I never have any trouble. So that's what's really
That's
fun because then I don't
amazing.
have anybody like,
Yeah.
you'll have people that give you stink eye, but
Just gotta move forward.
yeah. So we want to live our life and do fun
Right.
things. And Mango loves it.
I
Um,
bet.
and then this is just one that we can give out to businesses on how to help prevent service dog fraud. And
Yes.
it just helps sometimes because I have been denied access. I've been
Mhm.
denied access here in Kansas City to like
Mhm.
a store. And usually it's some of the smaller stores that are independently owned. And so sometimes we try to educate, but sometimes you just don't.
It's too
Because sometimes
much.
you're just like, it's too much.
Mhm.
It's not worth it. I'm not going to spend my money somewhere that
Right.
isn't going to love me and love mango,
Right. Right.
So anyway, so that's kind of like how we do try to do education on spreading that word. So
Oh my gosh. I've learned so much from you. Thank you for just like opening up and sharing a little bit about your difficulties in the beginning, but how it ended up turning out really well for you. So thank
it's
you for
amazing.
sharing
She's
that.
amazing.
Oh my gosh, I can tell. She's so adorable. I'm just like
Yeah,
keeping an eye on her.
I know. She's just like there.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so when it's all over, I'll show you a couple things she
Yes,
does.
please.
So
Oh my
you can see
gosh.
some. But I am so grateful that y'all had us come here because Canine Companions, they're in their 50th year. This is our big 50
Oh
year.
wow.
They've placed, I believe, over 7 or 8,000 dogs.
Whoa.
Um, and so I think it might be we're already up to 8,000. Anyway, they have, and they're, like I said, they're free of charge. That's what's
Yes,
so
you were
cool.
saying that.
And so anybody can have access to a service dog and despite where they're at financially. And
Wow.
so they've really kind of set the bar high. So
Yeah.
50 years of helping people like me.
Oh my gosh,
So
that is
grateful.
so amazing. Well, thank you so much for opening my eyes to this. We are so grateful for you sharing this information. Um, is there a good way for people to reach out to you if they need to after they see this podcast?
Sure. They could email me or I can give my email out.
Yeah. Okay. We can share that on the screen. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. And
You
then email would be the best way to reach you.
probably the best way
Okay.
to reach me, just from a standpoint of the hearing loss.
Yes.
I love email.
Yes.
It really does seem to help. And so usually if I give out information when I see people, I'll usually just write my email on
Love
there.
it. I love it. Well, thank you so much. This has been the best day ever. We always love having dogs in the whole person. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I'm so grateful for the whole person. Seriously, they kind
Oh,
of walked me in the beginning of my journey, so I didn't go crazy pants because I
yeah.
was like, I don't know how I'm even gonna make this.
Right.
Like, I'm
Right.
in this whole new world and just trying to kind of balance between both of them. And
Yeah.
um, anyway, I'm grateful for the whole person. Seriously,
We
y'all are
love
an
it.
amazing organization.
Thank you. All right. Well, we are going to wrap up. Thank you so much. Guys, if you need more help, we will be sharing the email address. So please just reach out and we will either get you connected with Deb or we'll just have you call her or email, whatever is easiest. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today.
Living with a disability can feel isolating, but it doesn't have to. At The Whole Person, peer support groups bring people together who truly understand. The Whole Person provides a variety of peer support groups. Brain injury group, share experiences and navigate life after your injury. Mental health group, connect with others managing anxiety, depression, and other mental health challenges. DIY life skills, build confidence and skills for independence, designed for ages 18 to 24. In addition to these, we offer specific groups for spinal cord injuries, blindness and low vision, and deaf and hard of hearing. Whatever your journey, you're not alone. To find your group and attend our next meeting, please visit thewholeperson.org/peer support or call us at 816-561-0304. Peer support at The Whole Person. Real people, real connection.
All right, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on our podcast. Today, I'm going to go through some of the monthly events that The Whole Person hosts. Again, my name is Halley Korff. I am your vision impaired host today, so bear with me. I've got a lot of notes here, okay? All right, the first event is Getting Social. It's the first Friday of every month. The next event is Time to Spare, and that is the third Wednesday of every month. That is our accessible bowling open to everyone who has a disability. The next event is Mind's Eye View, and that is the first Monday of every month. That is more geared towards people who are vision impaired or blind to get together and talk about some of the difficulties. Then after that, we have our DIY skills for young adults, age range 18 through 24, and that is the last Wednesday of every month. Brain Injury Peer Support Group, the second Thursday of every month. And then Tech Talk, the second Monday of the month. And that is also geared towards people who are vision impaired or blind to get together and talk a little bit more about accessibility issues. If you have any more questions, feel free to look it up at thewholeperson.org. And again, please join us for any event at any time. Thank you.